Hello. Okay, so I wanted to bring you along this evening as I work on some flower jars. We normally go to the farmers market on Saturday mornings. We're not going to go this Saturday, but what we are going to do is set up a table in our driveway and try to sell some of our farm goods from our driveway. So I'm going to be selling flower jars, baked goods. I'm adding a double chocolate paleo zucchini bread to my farm fresh menu. So I do the baked apple galettes, and now I'm adding the double chocolate zucchini bread. So I'm going to see how those do this weekend. And then I'm also doing the flower jars and some of my plant starts. And some seeds harvested from my garden as well. So I just wanted to take you along with the process. I have another video here on my YouTube channel showing how I wrap my flowers whenever I was doing my flower stand. I'm just doing jars this evening. Some of the stems of the daffodils aren't long enough for wrapping, so jars are going to be super convenient. I'm just going to show you my process. I will be starting out by stripping the foliage from what I'm using as my foliage this evening. I'm using heavenly bamboo. If you don't know about heavenly bamboo, it's actually considered an invasive species, but one of my friends has some in her yard, so I have been trimming it back for her every week, and it actually holds up really well in the vase. So what does they say? One man's trash is another man's treasure. So it's actually really great foliage in cut flower arrangements, and by cutting it each week for her, not only do I get foliage from my arrangements, but I'm also keeping her bamboo plants from getting out of control. So yeah, I'm going to take you with me and start out by stripping the foliage of this bamboo. I just finished stripping the foliage. When you're making bouquets, you want to be concerned about the leaves that are on the bottom of your branches, whatever kind of foliage you're using, whether you're using basil, mint, holy bamboo or sacred bamboo or heavenly bamboo, because you don't want any foliage in the water that will increase the likelihood of bacteria growing in the water, and then your flower arrangement won't last as long. So all these bottom leaves are stripped, and now I'm just going to separate out this clump of foliage into the jars. And I'm just going to kind of go assembly line style. I'm just kind of going assembly line style to make the process a lot more quick. I used to hand tie my jar arrangements, so I would arrange them in my hands and then put them in the jar. I would rubber band them and then put them in the jar, and that used to take hours upon hours. And so this year I am focusing on efficiency now that we are trying to earn a full-time income with all of our farming endeavors, so time is of the essence. Because if you're spending a lot of time on something and you're thinking about what your hourly wage is going to be, the longer you spend, the more goes into wages, and then your profit margin goes down. So this is my solution for moving more quickly. And once all the leaves are equally dispersed, I can go back and trim stems as need be. The other thing I like about this foliage is that the stems are long and thin. So as I'm putting the branches into the water, they're kind of just like crisscrossing and creating a support within themselves. And then they'll also, the way that they crisscross will also help with supporting the flowers once I get the flowers in the jar. There's roughly between 15 and 17 branches in all of these. I have one more bundle over here. I'm going to save these so I can have 10 jars total. I have 9 here, and I think I have one more. So I'm going to go ahead and go get my flowers. I'm doing daffodils. I'm going to do 5 daffodils in each jar, and my jars will be $10 each. So I'm going to go ahead and go get those, and I'll let you guys observe how I arrange those into the jars. Okay, good night. See you in the morning. Okay, so for my arrangements, I have a few jars, a few different varieties of tulips. I'm gonna try to put like one open one, like this one. It's pretty open. I'm gonna put like one, or yeah, probably like one open one per jar, and then the rest of them kind of look like this. They will open throughout the week. So these are a little bit, these are definitely younger than these. I'm gonna put one of these so people will know what they look like. Some of them look like this. I believe this is a replete. The varieties I have, some I bought from a big box store and they weren't what the label said, but the ones that I ordered from wholesale suppliers through a group co-op are like, this one is replete. This is the one that let me give you a close-up. See, this is a double daffodil called Replete. And then I got one that's really similar called Peach Charm. But it has multiple layers of petals and just a really gorgeous like pinky peach layer in the center. And then some of the other varieties I got were like Ice King. And then some of the ones that I thought were Peach Charm and Replete that I got from Big Box Store actually are just like a single trumpet variety, like this single yellow trumpet variety. So I'll put a couple of those in each arrangement as well. So I'm going to time lapse this and just fill these with 5 flowers each. Okay, I am at the halfway point, so I will slow down the video. So what I'm doing is just, as I'm working on each jar, I'm taking the leaves out and then kind of rearranging them into a way that makes a little bit better of a grid to support the flowers. And then I'm doing 5 tulips in each jar, starting out with one that's a little bit more open, one that's more open, and then doing a couple that are like starting to open, and then a couple, so one that's open, 2 that are starting to open, and then 2 that like this, like the sheath is just coming off the bud. So these were just harvested this morning, I think. I think this variety is the Ice King, and look how long this stem is. This one would have actually been a good one to wrap if I was choosing to wrap these, but I'm not. I'm going to use these as more of a spike element in the bouquet, so to give the bouquet a little bit more height. And I'm putting these taller ones like more towards the center. Once I'm done with all of these, I'll give you guys a close-up. This is starting to open. The infamous daffodil sap. I am re-trimming these just to help with the vase life. I think I trimmed some of these this morning, to be honest, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and then they're gonna go back in the fridge once I'm done. So that was number 5. So 5 down, 5 to go. Okay, so here is a look at the arrangements. about to go put them back in the flower fridge, and then I will take them back out Friday evening and let them bloom a little bit more, like the ones like this. As soon as they're out of the fridge for a day, they'll definitely bloom out, and so just so the arrangements will look a little bit more substantial. But this is how they're looking. I was one daffodil short, so I put in a bronze snapdragon, and this one is super pretty. I have these anemones. They're kind of short, so I think I'm gonna make a separate arrangement with these. I'm gonna get some foliage tomorrow, and I think I could probably do, I have some more in the fridge. I could probably do 4 anemones and maybe like 1 snapdragon, have some more in the garden I can cut, and then do those. Maybe I'll do 5 anemones and a snapdragon for 10 in a shorter jar like this. So if I do that, I'll show you guys Saturday morning. That's how this is looking, and I'll come back to you guys on Saturday morning and show you how our table setup looks in our driveway.